coffee.
But
Exactly.
So bad.
You're just jealous.
Yeah, you're just jealous.
Oh my god, I don't drink coffee. This is why I don't drink coffee.
I didn't say I was drinking like the whole thing. I have it just in case. And if I drink it over the course of, 4 hours.
Speaking of, let's recap.
Recappa?
He's still typing.
Typing.
Sorry, I was... Alright, Alright, the recap!
I have to really extrapolate this one because I don't think anyone really took notice.
So recap was shopping trip.
It was kind of like a shopping trip, and then Kaisis decided to throw a curveball at me.
I did.
Yeah, because you guys went on a shopping trip. Then after getting supplies, they headed to extremely fancy restaurant where you gave me so much shit.
Yeah, right. I think of it as character development.
It just happens to be the DM's character development.
Oh, jeez.
Training in basic etiquette.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Twerp's going to come along with us. Twerp's going to be part of the team.
You guys went to a very fancy restaurant, and then you guys returned to the castle to sleep. That was basically what you guys did, though. You just basically you gathered supplies around the city and went to a restaurant.
We got ready for our journey.
Yes, you did get ready for your journey.
Now we just need to talk to the queen once more, and...
Oh, did you ever make that icebox for the carriage? That's a no.
Wow.
That was face desk, or
That was hand desk. I was like, I knew I made a post-it note for something for tonight, and
Look,
I was
sir.
like, what was it for?
You were just like, I make a post-it note.
you're supposed to write on the post-it note.
It was part of me attached, and you know what? It was attached to my other monitor that I took away to put the new one up.
Oh my gosh, really?
Wow, you didn't move the post-it notes from the old monitor to the new monitor.
No, I just kind of like brushed them off and then
Oh
moved
my.
the monitor.
Oh my goodness.
So who's running the next campaign?
Yeah.
I don't know. We might have to start it after tonight because we're 5. He can kill us.
Hang on. Shots fired. Shots fired.
We step out of the city, killed by bandits.
Wearing full
First
dress.
random encounter is going to be Tiamat.
That'll just be a whole room full of treasure chests that turn out to be mimics.
Would
Fireball.
suck.
Fireball. Hey, just don't cast Fireball and Wall of Force in a hallway. And a friend that did that, and he got the Wall of Force off first before the firewall.
How big?
Fireball.
How big did we say this box was?
2 feet by 2 feet. It can hold 20 pounds of material.
And when you're saying make, you mean making it for the miniature?
No, I'll put it as an actual
An item
container
in the cart.
Yeah, an actual container in the carriage. It just allows me to not have to keep mental track of what's in the box.
That's right.
Why do I have a feeling he's making it right now?
He is.
Oh, he's
That's
making it right now.
Otherwise he knows he's gonna forget later.
I don't know what you're talking about, guys. I literally just made it in like 5 minutes. It's fine.
Oh, it's
Oh yeah,
bad.
this is so needed to post note then.
I made this way ahead of time, guys. Where'd you go? What?
Colin, this is an item, not a container.
This is a what?
It's an item, not a container.
Oh no.
Mic off.
One moment, please.
Mic on.
Do you have to attune to your icebox?
You must meditate inside of it for 20 minutes.
That would be a problem as a reptile.
And considering it's only 2 by 2 feet.
I mean, it'd be an easy way to keep Marco quiet.
I don't know. It might lead to a reptile dysfunction.
Wow. Well, we know what kind of stream this is gonna be.
Yep.
Yup.
And I am all for it.
Okay, so
Go back to the
put the-
restaurant.
is the 18 plus box checked on your stream there, Caden?
Always.
Oh no, can I not make it as a... Oh yeah, okay. Item... Okay, okay, hold on.
I'd say rated R, but they don't have that rating anymore. It's now, what is it, NC-17 now or something like that?
Gosh.
I love that you can just look down the homebrew things and see what people are getting up to. Like our wonderful campaign is using a 10mm handgun.
I was browsing through that homebrew.
Alrighty,
And somebody made an insta-death spell that takes like a year of attunement to cast.
Oh, geez.
It's like, what's the point of this?
Try to get, try that one.
That's
See if it
called
works.
the spirit bomb.
Did it work?
Takes a year of training to learn to cast it once.
I'm going, hold on.
It doesn't work. Try that one.
I mean, just pray I never botch my roll for my ring.
You too?
But as long as I don't roll a 1, every time I use the ring, it has a chance to break.
Damn it, Holland.
Yours is not as bad as
What?
mine. Cool.
If I flip between those last box of codes that you had, one of them's got a capital C and one of them has a lowercase c, and it's annoying me.
All right.
Alright, I grabbed the that last one you posted, the uncommon one showed up.
All right. Yeah, the last one was uncommon.
Add carriage.
So, anyone from Cage Stream, this is called the normal day.
Yeah, how long are we in already? What's the uptime so far?
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. We want to. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it usually takes him at least 45 minutes to do his recap.
That's true.
No,
You wanna go
well,
deeper?
it's the recap that usually it's like 15 seconds of recap, but it's the lead up to the recap that takes the 45 minutes.
Okay,
Right?
so you want me to go more into detail into the recap, guys? I can definitely do that.
Yes, go for it.
All right. So you guys gathered around supplies around the city, and then cause you're kind of spending around a day, and then after you did that, you went to an extremely fancy restaurant, and you pulled up, and you were like, "We can't afford this." And Twerk was like, "No, it's fine." So you guys walked in, got your own room, and Grimbolt was like, "You're talking to the queen. I want to talk to your what was it called? Your maitre d', I think it's called."
Mater D.
Mater D, there we go. And so they rushed out, and head chef came out, and the Mater D. And so you guys ordered honey mead, dwarven ale, apple brandy, dragon's breath, a bottle of Chardonnay. You guys also ordered goat to be married and curried, and then roasted goat was what you guys really want. Was, I think, what Grimbolt wanted. And then someone wanted the Griffin Special with mashed gravy, sweet corn, mango, maple syrup, because it was on top of waffles, I think, or something like that. Or no, you had waffles to go. That was right. And then you had roast shark with mashed potatoes and broccoli. And then you had, I can't read my own handling it. Oh, meat from dragon turtle, local veggie. And then you also had the special with the griffin, with salad and no onions. You ordered 4 waffles with.
I think we were going not so much the
cheese
receipt, but like the events that happened around.
No, I'm still going on this receipt because I still have to post it next to me.
It's the only thing he has noted.
So
Okay.
just to
It's the
annoy
only
Holland,
post-it he saved.
Holland, just to annoy you, none of your box of colds work, so I just added another backpack and changed the name of it.
That's fine. I literally took the bag of holding item and just changed it.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't get it to work with the container, so.
I think it's just something with D&D Beyond, so.
Yeah, probably. I got it to work, though.
Okay, so, and then you ordered waffles with extra waffles, and then you ordered cream, and you also ordered chocolate volcano cake.
And you missed the Griffin
You
waffle.
missed my whole order. You were going down the receipt.
I literally said Griffin Special with mashed gravy.
That
wasn't me.
The queen. That was the queen.
No, because it had sweet corn.
No.
She ordered just a Griffin with a salad with no onions.
I ordered Griffin waffles.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Griffin Special with it was
No.
in waffle form.
I just
That's
ordered
right.
Griffin meat and waffle. I ordered Griffin waffles. There was no Griffin special.
Oh,
My sir,
Oh.
my good sir.
okay.
If you're going down the receipt, your receipt was wrong. I'd like a refund.
I want to speak to your manager.
I need to speak with your manager.
You guys already left the restaurant.
Next time.
Anyway, you guys returned back to the
I
castle.
want to be compensated.
Oh.
We are so gonna die.
An arrow comes from the sky. There's a 13
And
hit you.
misses me entirely.
Grimbolt looks at the arrow and goes, it's like device.
God. We're never going to leave the city. This is what's going to happen.
Not if you're going to throw arrows at us.
Somebody should warn the queen if there's arrows flying at us inside the palace.
Exactly.
Someone just walks by and says, "Sorry, we're playing arrow roulette."
I cast Eldritch Bolt.
That doesn't go well.
Oh my god.
I mean, you did this a few.
I mind control Galen and use his his chromatic orb spell.
No, you don't. Counter spell. No. Just kidding.
Anyway,
Did you just flip out a Magic the Gathering card on me?
I place my card face down in attack position.
this is not Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, anyway.
I
Yeah.
tap dual lands for extra mana.
Oh my god.
I evolve my Pokemon.
I maximize mine.
Connect
All
4.
right, I gotta make myself a screwdriver to get through tonight.
I know. You make me
I
want
was
to
thinking
do
about
it.
going and getting a rum and coke, which I am now doing.
I need scotch. Where's the scotch?
I mean, you did miss out on a couple of key things that happened that night, but I'll let them slide.
Oh, and you guys also went to a general store and an apothecary, and you got tons of information about your lovely black goo.
Well,
We
Grimble
have
did.
found that he is manifesting inside of his bag of holding.
Yes, he is.
What, just because I have what's the capability here? Do. 500 pounds of black sludge in the bag.
Oh my god.
You guys are all doomed.
As soon as we step out the city gates, I'm pretty sure we're dead.
None of us are aware we're walking around with a weapon of mass destruction.
And his name was Grimbo. So yes, DM, let's kick this into gear, as they say.
Into gear? Alright, I'll put it into reverse.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been feeling.
Alright. So you guys were sleeping in the castle in whatever rooms you were, and that's where we start. You guys were just waking up.
I'm going to take some of the fine bedding that I have and put it into my little pocket space.
Okay.
Oh, I made that strong. Whew.
Well, I assume we wake up to the sound of the servant coming in? Question mark? We have breakfast, which is waffles with syrup.
You know what? The waiters all knock on your door.
In unison?
In unison.
All on Grimbold's door.
Oh, excellent. I get all the waffles. Well, then I shall finish up breakfast and close up my pocket space after stealing linen, and then head down or out to see where everyone else is.
So what were we doing in the morning? We're supposed to go see the Queen again or something, or are we leaving?
So everyone's saying to see the Queen.
The queen was the last thing we needed to do in town.
Okay.
Yes, we
Okay.
got to talk to her to get the final.
I'm going to correct that. The
batch of
queen was the last
information.
thing we needed to see in town.
Yes. So I guess eat breakfast and follow the dude, the butler or waiter or whoever he is. Servant, yes. To meet the Queen or meet up with the group and then go meet the Queen.
Indeed. Sure, we'll all be shown to a sitting room of some sort.
So, it's pretty early in the morning. It's probably like 8 a.m. in the morning.
Is the Queen even awake?
She will be now, booming glad. I'm kidding.
Kaisha's gonna keep me on my toes tonight.
What? Never.
You had too much sleep. Anyway, yes, so you guys are, Serpent comes to get you all, but letting you all pack up your things from your rooms. And a guard comes up the hallway with the normal crimson plate armor and takes place of the servant. The servant disappears down the hallway.
Okay.
Lead on!
Yep. And then Dorva, she says, "Come with me." And he just turns around and walks down the hallway.
I'm going to start following without relaying what he said.
I'm just gonna assume that he was saying good day and watch as he walks away and wave.
I'm too half asleep to care about relaying information.
Are we supposed to follow him? I mean, we're just standing here.
I guess, I suppose.
Marco's gone already.
Okay, well, see, I would have kept up with Marco.
Indeed. I mean, that's where we're supposed to go, I guess. Following.
So, the dwarf talks in Dwarvish and say, would you like to be let out of the keep, or would you like to have a meeting with someone?
Well, we're supposed to meet with the queen.
They said it in Dwarvish.
Oh, I don't know then. Picking my teeth.
In Dwarvish, like half asleep. We're supposed to have a meeting with the queen. Can you find out if she's awake?
She is in fact awake.
You want to let her know so we can get this over with and get on the road?
To her. And he just walks down a hallway, takes some stairs down, and all you hear in the where the stairs are is that just his armor clanging. It echoes up a little bit, and eventually you get to another chamber. When you from the bottom of the steps, you walk through, and you walk down a hallway that's still carved in stone, nice and neatly stacked, stone bricks, and eventually at the end of this is a dining area, long dining table. And you see at the very end there is a very nicely similar throne that is in the grand hall at the edge of the table, and the queen sitting there, and Twerp is too, next to her. And the guard puts out his hand, and then Dorfus says, "Please sit down."
Just the closest seat possible. I'll just pull out and sit.
Okay.
I'm still standing. I didn't hear that. I don't know what he said.
I'm just gonna start stretching.
Oh yeah, these in Dwarvish, these uncivilized people don't know Dwarvish.
And then a close by guard says in Dwarvish to the other one, he's like, "You're speaking Dwarvish again." And then the guard says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Please sit down."
Still in Dwarvish.
No,
Do we have chairs to sit at?
Yes, there are chairs around the table. There are seating placements, like a plate, a bowl, silverware, glass, at each seat.
All right, sure. Sit down at a corner seat.
So, yes, I'll take a seat.
Okay, just sit down. I'm going to play with one of the silverware forks.
And the queen's like, "Oh, nice to see you this pleasant morning. Would you like some tea?"
Good.
I'm good. We just had breakfast.
What is tea?
It's like a herb that you dip in hot water and it makes a beverage.
So an alchemical concoction, you say?
Yes.
What does it do?
To drink.
So most alchemical concoctions, what does this one do?
They have a tendency, like, this is Marco now talking because food's involved. They have a tendency to be nutritional or encourage stress relief. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they say.
It won't poison me, will it?
It's meant for humans, so who knows?
I will pass.
Fair. And she just like picks up her tea, takes a little sip, puts it back down. So, you wanted to have a meeting with me, so we are here.
Did we want the meeting?
Pretty sure the meeting was set up for us, right?
Yes.
No one tells me anything.
And
We're waiting on the delivery of whatever info you have on Kazar.
Yes.
Kazar. Information came in last night. While you guys were, I guess, all hanging out with Torpedo.
That's remarkably convenient.
So the last sighting of Kazar is...
The anticipation is killing me, Your Highness.
He was last seen in Padchi.
Gesundheit?
Hold on, I gotta pull the map up now.
Is the map
What did
pinned?
you say?
Padchi.
Map is pinned.
I don't even see that.
It's there.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, it's to the west. Oh, that's a completely different direction than we were anticipating. Do you happen to have a map that we can look at?
A map of... where?
All these various different countries, hopefully one that stretches as far enough as Adski.
I'm sure our cartographer can find you a map.
That would make this information be a lot more useful.
You can't lose it, though. Maps are very valuable of the whole world.
Is it magical and we can't lose it?
I can't make it magical, but you could try?
Excellent. A map that will never get lost.
So Padchi is where we need to go then. That's where he's located.
So that was the last location we found him. And he was technically traveling through those lands. It looks like he was just going straight through it.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That was a couple days ago.
Ah, okay. I see.
And direction of travel?
Are you sure it wasn't? Are you sure you didn't get the information a couple days ago?
No, I got it last
Because how did you get information that far away that quickly?
Teleporters.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Anyways, direction of travel?
Be southwest.
Oh,
Southwest.
the opposite.
Like, they were about... Like, seems like he's just gonna cross southwest, and then I guess he's gonna cross the water?
And I'm assuming they've lost him again.
Well,
So not headed for Adski?
No, he wasn't headed for Adski, which is quite interesting.
Probably where he came from. I mean, that's where we saw it in the portal.
He could be headed to the Wildlands, southwest of that, or he could be headed to Lagvovora.
Are the Wildlands Krepkaya Zimlia?
No,
Whatever that is.
Kaya Zemla?
I'm assuming we have a map in front of us at this point.
Yeah, you guys have it. Is she a servant brought
Okay.
down a giant map, and she's kind of like pointing things out at this point. So basically, the southwest, there is that green area with some mountains and trees and some rivers and lakes and stuff like that. Those are wildlands. Anywhere that's not technically colored and claimed,
I see.
which is not helpful for Arcane whatsoever.
Not at all.
If you go northeast directly towards Patchy, it's that giant area that's not colored. Between
Basically, where those little mountain peak looking icons stop, that's where the wildlands begin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so basically, that entire area is just wildlands. You'll see them all around the map. Those are just unclaimed land that no one has taken.
All right. And the one southwest of Patchy, that's where Kazarn was seen.
So he was seen going towards that direction.
See.
Now, there is another Dwarvish kingdom that live in the mountains that direction. That's interesting.
All right.
Well, this changes our plans quite a bit.
Does it?
Well,
West.
true. The first leg of our journey is just heading straight west.
Yeah, it'll just have to be due west to Bedsky or Pashi or that
So
place
how would
there.
you? I suppose heading to that Dwarven Kingdom is probably the best route to go. Go there and see if we can't get more info.
If he was spotted there, we might be able to get info there, but I have no idea who would actually ask.
The person who delivered the message would be a good place to start.
True.
I have my moments few and far.
So
we would need the contact information for your
scout
spy in that area, scout, whatever you wish to call it.
Oh. He is a tall figure, kind of like
So is a mountain.
grayish pale skin.
So not a
We'll
dwarf.
also. You know,
So now
basically,
the one who is tracking, has he returned to this kingdom?
He returned and went back.
okay, so they're out there somewhere. Is there a specific way of contacting this person?
Well, you can send a message.
He came, he teleported. You said he came here, he teleported here to give you this information and teleported back.
Yes, he hand delivered it to one of my guards.
Well, is there not an arcanist or something around here that we can latch on to whichever teleport he took and just go to where he last was?
But that
Right.
costs money.
How much
He
money?
literally hand delivered something last night and disappeared again.
Yes,
So
but he
it's
used
portable.
his own resources to travel.
And you're saying that you don't have the resources. in
You have the
this entire
resources of
kingdom.
an entire kingdom.
We just fought a battle, and I just gave you tons of supplies.
That we purchased with our own money.
Right.
Take a gift from you. But still, I'll overlook that. That's fine. Well, if the teleportation is out of the question, it means we need to travel that through our signs. You have contacts in our signs that will allow safe travel through.
Yes, I do have contact in Asnines. You can definitely contact a friend of mine.
Okay. What about Kuznitsa?
Who's needs?
I mean, that cousin suck.
How do you like Civil War?
Somebody like, what?
Yeah, because of the war.
It's a very interesting group of people that live there. Mostly Ganazi and Gith. And they tend to be mostly in Civil War.
Okay, so they should ignore outsiders.
For majority purposes, yes. I can't guarantee, random battles happening at any time.
Okay, so Kuznets is just a hit or miss we're on our own type of thing. In other words.
Yes.
What is the actual map?
That was what I wanted to know.
Looks like it's a lot of plains according to your map here.
Which one?
He's asking about the geography of Kuznetsa.
Yeah, it's mostly plains.
Okay,
Well,
so
like
we should be able to see any threats coming pretty easily.
Yeah, plains.
Like
so if it's not plains, it's mostly like where the words are is more like a swampy area.
What about Lepostrotovska?
So what? Oh, Lepostrotovska.
One right above it.
And that is run by a bunch of Fey folk. Very peaceful nation.
Oh, so maybe we can probably get passage there then from there.
I avoided myself.
What, the peaceful nation?
Yeah, no, I think he was talking about Faye.
Oh.
Take it you don't get along with... Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Kind of in both of those reasons.
Okay. So, maybe just kind of skirt along the border between them until we get to that western coast of Kuznetsa and grab passage there.
It is the main city of Kuznetsa.
Kuznetsa is very separated by tribes.
Right. So we'd be looking for a fishing village.
Yes.
So they're a lower, I don't know what you want to call it, industry.
Yes, very much.
So is it the kind of place we'd be able to get passage for an entire cart? Because I really don't want to abandon it at this point.
You can probably get passage with an entire cart. You can probably get by with an entire cart.
So Kuznetsa is always in some sort of civil war. What about Asnines? What's their current geopolitical status?
Very spread out people, I've noticed. The lands are free, of course. Just a lot of the land around has lots of priests and churches. So every town you go into will be some kind of church.
Yes, but their geopolitical status?
They are run by the church.
And they're currently they're currently at peace, you were saying?
Currently at peace, yes.
I think the last time we asked you, we said they were mostly farmers.
Yes, they are mostly farmers.
I hate religions.
So this is gonna be fun. Any major towns in Asnines around the middle of the country?
Oh, there's a fun one that you might like.
I already hate it.
Let me correct that. Any major cities on the way to Kuznetsa?
Yeah,
They're not too far out of the way to hit.
Draw a line from where we are to Padski or Pashi, and anything along that line that we're gonna run into.
So there is a major, I guess you can call it a major city.
Might I make a recommendation too while we're discussing this? Is it possible to put this map into Roll20 for us to draw lines and circles on?
That'd be great.
Oh, yes, it can.
That's an interesting idea.
Give me a moment.
Like I said, I have ideas. They're few and far between.
When you're awake, anyways.
He's awake, Holland's in pain.
Give me a moment. I have to upload the file because it's giant.
You can just take a screenshot of a smaller area.
Yeah, the Windows snip tool is your friend.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. I was trying to find.
Actually,
that's a moose pard. that's the horse from earlier.
So moose what now?
It's a moose pard. P-A-R-D. It's a different horse from Aramore, but that's beside the point.
I'd say that's about the perfect cut there, Kaisis. He does the whole thing.
Well, you can actually zoom in pretty well on this map because it's a really high quality map.
What's that as humble brag there?
He didn't make it.
I didn't make it. No, it was like super high quality. Whoever made it. So the artist that also did Caden's stream emotes.
Oh, nice.
But yes, you can get pretty close into it.
I was gonna see how big the lines are.
This should just be the background that we keep when we're
That's
not doing
not a bad
stuff.
idea.
When we're not doing stuff.
Just keep it as the background.
Yeah.
Aren't we like here?
We're in Kegmarum.
Yep, you're there.
Yep, that dot there is where the Anant is.
That's the way I was thinking we should go.
Before we do start, what color blind were you, Caden? Red and blue?
Red green.
Red
Green, that's why I drew it in blue.
Just making sure.
Well, I don't think we can go straight through those because that looks like impassable terrain with mountains, right?
So you can go through the mountains if you wish, because if you want to climb through mountains.
I meant along a route similar to that, close to that.
Question. Around this area, is there any sort of like towns or villages?
Yeah, there's some towns.
Cities?
No cities.
Is there any trade ports up there?
Yes.
Wonderful. An idea then, if we will.
Yeah.
Catch a boat.
That would avoid a nation that's in the middle of war.
Correct. And if I recall correctly, there's one amongst us who would like to establish more trade relations.
Yes, indeed. I would love to do that. That'd be great.
And so I figure if we go through this quote-unquote peaceful nation that's driven by the church, go up here and do some trade port negotiations in order to get ourselves a charter passage down to Patchkey, and that should circumvent a lot of the issues.
Sounds like a good idea.
If we can't, then at least we can get across here to Moschnotz and possibly find a way to circle around to get around, but that's a plan B.
True.
Makes sense to
Fair
me.
enough. How dare you come up with an interesting and progressive and forward-thinking plan?
It's not like I haven't been dealing with having to do this sort of stuff my entire life.
So, where is this dwarven city in Zamel? Oops. How do I get rid of that?
The switch over to the select tool, highlighted it, and delete it.
And where are you looking at?
In Krepkaya, I think you said is where it was at.
Dead center.
Okay. So, I'm seeing this as mountainous terrain.
Very mountainous terrain.
Any idea on where the actual path through there is? I would imagine a major kingdom has to have some means of a trade route.
We'll let you figure that out.
If it looks down to it, it looks like the best place we could get that sort of information would be around here.
All right, and I'm pretty sure he's... Oh, no.
Just offset.
It did. So, Colin moved the map. To the left. There we go.
Oh, dear.
I got this. It's fine.
And also, I believe Marco is
There we go.
asking the person with the map there in character, not like the DM directly.
I think the answer was that she doesn't know.
Oh, well, she didn't say that.
Not.
Just we'll find out.
So the trade route for Kala Zemla, I do not know.
Right?
I just know I sometimes get ale from there. Don't know how people get it, but we get it.
So, are there any port towns around this coast?
I do not know the wildlands.
Okay.
I only know nations.
If that's a particular case, if they don't know, we can just see if we can chart a passage across this particular place. Yeah, switch my colors over. Go by that route, give us a closer landmass. We can determine to see if there's anything that we could do.
Yeah, once we hit the wildlands, start looking for a town to start gathering for information, I suppose.
If it really came down to it, we could chop down some trees and build a raft to cross with.
I don't
Thank
know
you
how
for
to do that.
volunteering for us.
Indeed.
But again, we're probably looking a little bit too far into the future for us. That's our first goal. Then we get to Padshir, via that town route, and then we can decide from there what to do.
Step one, leave the city.
Good idea. Just focus on getting to Petshi.
Yeah. So, shall we aim for that northwestern peninsula, and we'll make our decisions from there?
Would you be able to show on the map in Einstein's where that city was?
The city, yes. We zoom in like so much. Where... It is right here. You can't see that, can you?
Nope.
There we go.
Did something change?
Not yet.
You just do this too. That would help. You can see that.
Right there.
Okay. So probably make our way there first.
That would probably be our best bet.
Huh? What'd you say, Grimbolt?
I'd actually say we avoid it.
Avoid the major city?
The Greeks telling us it's a wholly inspired church city.
So
presence would cause unrest.
My God.
So it's in a mountain.
Mic off.
But it's a very interesting mountain. Fun people.
Mic on.
How extreme is this religion-based society?
So this city is not based on religion. It totally lives separately from the rest of the church. It's because the church won't deal with them. But I had some fun relations with them.
City?
Which city?
The major city in Asnines that we're talking about.
There is no major city, technically.
Okay.
They're all little towns run by the church knows each other, but they just interconnect with each other.
Okay.
So there's no central hub for
No.
the divine churches or anything like that. They're all governed by their own individual churches.
Correct.
It's more of a community-based type of government, right?
Yes.
No central figure.
Right. It's a free nation, so people can do whatever they want.
What is the most commonly practiced religion?
Whatever the churches have. I'm not really religious, so.
Surely, though, it's your next door neighbours. You'd at least have some inklings as to what's popular there.
As long as they're not sending anything over, I don't really care over.
I get the feeling that's the DM's way of saying he has no idea.
Did not prepare this story element for you.
Fill in the blank.
Error 404, religion not found.
They all work for Tiamat and we're doomed.
So the general idea is As9 has no central hub. It's just all self-governed towns.
Yeah, it sounds like
That's pretty much just a giant farming land.
I need to come back to House Nines and see if I can start a cult. Oh, did I say that out loud? My apologies.
So who or what runs this? I'm assuming this is the larger of the towns in its area.
It's one of the biggest cities in the entire Aslands.
But is it really a city, or is it just like a hole in the ground that a lot of people live in?
You could say it's a hole in the ground a lot of people live in.
And you've been there before, right?
I have been there. It's a very nice place.
Well,
Who runs it?
Let's see. Well, each person, there's about, let's see, there's 6 groups, I believe, that as a council.
I'm sorry, what council?
The council.
okay, so are we talking like a couple thousand people or a couple hundred?
Yeah,
Like,
what's the population like?
Probably a couple hundred from each section.
from each section, so
Yeah,
a couple
so-
thousand total.
Yeah, a couple thousand total, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so still tiny.
So it's not really something that's okay.
What's their main import-export?
They mostly have their own ability of just running themselves. They just mostly trade within each other. So one council member place will trade with another.
Sure, need for external luxuries, right?
Nah, I don't really care.
So are we talking like just simple traveling merchants that come and go?
Yes. Bringing exotic stuff that they haven't seen or haven't seen in a while. And that's what they bring in.
So external luxuries.
Yeah.
So no fixed outside trading. It's just there's traveling merchants that go in between towns in this country, I'm assuming.
There's some, yes.
Okay.
And they're so close too.
This is going to be a field day for Galen as he holds his head down. No fixed trade. It's kind of a prime opportunity.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, we'll just be running outside of this village with every 6 factions after our asses.
This is going to be a nightmare.
I can see why they call it ass nines. Because I'm like, that'll be after our asses.
Well, it sounds like a good town for our first restock along the way.
It would be asinine to not try to open up trade.
Intelligent puns do not suit you. Alright, fine, they did. I haven't really many people.
So we're going northwest.
So our current goal,
Northwest.
Yeah, I'm more like west, northwest.
Right.
It's pretty much directly west of here.
yeah, basically heading straight west. And then, what's the name of this town?
All right. It's Nakabata.
Blah.
You just clicked generate, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You just sneezed, and that's what you wrote down, right?
Look at the name, very long. Put it in Discord so we can see it. Maybe. How do you spell that?
I think I can try some naming some places in this map too. Let me give it a try.
Oh,
Damn it, Holland.
Nakabata.
All right, Nakapata.
Knock her pot off. Got it.
I do like pots.
So the information we have is just the last known location of Kazan, and that's over in Pachiv, going towards Krepkaya Zemlya.
Heading southwest. Versus
southwest to the wildlands.
I just love how making a route on these maps just makes it feel like someone's having a seizure.
It's definitely something.
Travel work out a color we'll try to go to Nagapata and Nasa Lines and then go to Lepersaka, Tapakasa, Naka, the Niska, and then we going up to the north. Right?
Whatever blows your skirt up.
Go to Paperni over at the far left. Could go there. Oh dear. Okay. Anyways, yes. The meeting. Is that all the information you have about Kazan?
That is all the information I got. But I do know he is slowly raising an army for some reason.
Oh, is it more orcs?
No, it's more demons.
Oh dear.
Don't look at me.
So you might want to be careful. Because, yeah. Lots of demons. I don't know why.
They were doing experiments.
Because they're demons?
Usually most mortals are very afraid when demon armies are starting to be raised. Why is it that you are remaining so calm?
Because they're not over here. Yet. Better assemble the paladins then.
You may want to.
I'll smite them right back to Avernus, I guess.
I'm sure you could.
So next course of action, we have information, we have a plan of a direction we're going. Is there like a, I don't know, something closer along the way? Any recommendations of something we should stop by on the way over that way? Because it took for a long time for us to travel as far as we have already, and we've barely moved across this whole map.
Well, you could... Caravans seem sometimes a little bit faster. Really up to you.
All right.
I mean, we do have this massive carriage pulled by 4 horses, so it should make it a bit faster this time.
Yeah, we should be traveling at a fast pace this time rather than a normal pace.
Right. All right. As far as that's done, I guess our business is... I don't have any more business to do in the city.
That looks like as good a route as any.
I think it's time to head out.
Oh,
Could always travel by boat.
That would take forever by the look of this.
That would be really hard over land.
Well, if you can have a look, how recent is this?
This is current.
Wonderful. Then by boat would be the worst possible thing. So even if we did go up along here, that's still a lot of river travel. It's not really all that worth it. And if we go south, there's no real foreseeable way through.
Yeah, no, overland would be the shortest route.
Ah, okay. Well, have you gathered all your things and are you ready to go?
Sure have.
Indeed.
Yep. This was our last stop before we head out of town.
Oh, okay. It was great meeting you all and hope you have a safe journey.
Pleasure meeting you as well. Don't forget to bear arms and what they did for the city.
Bear arms. I forgot that was what your group was called. You really need to change that. That's a weird name.
Thank you for insulting us. It's the last thing.
You're welcome.
Well, then by your leave, your majesties, we should be on our way.
All right. Farewell.
Yep. Marco just gets up and starts walking out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's head to the cart time.
Yep. Time to the cart and time to get out.
All right.
And I'm not even going to look back and the table's going to explode.
Cool Minotaurs don't look at explosions.
So you guys start walking away, and Twerp runs in her dress, of course, because she's in her gown. And she says, "You're not gonna say goodbye."
I did say
We did.
goodbye.
Not to me. You say goodbye to the queen.
No, your
I
highness
said goodbye
is.
to both queens. I said your majesties.
Wow.
Here. I'll throw her one of my bottles of dwarven mead.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. And then
It's already in the air.
She walks up to Jane and hugs you.
And Jane says, well, see you later, twerp, and slaps her on the back.
Knocks the wind out of her.
She's like, all right, and goes to the next person. I guess she'll go to Marco next.
We'll see you when you get to be a grown-up.
I am a grown-up.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Goes to Grimbolt. Hugs Grimbolt.
Damn.
What, his leg?
On his leg, basically.
Was that your dodge?
No, that was crap.
Oh no.
It's a 6. It's a no.
Yep, alright. And she
So
goes
it's just a normal hug.
and then goes to Galen and hugs him
Well,
too.
no, thank you. No thanks.
Well,
How many coins does the pseudo dragon steal while she's hugging him?
Well, no, she insulted his trading merchant stuff last time. Galen's pissed at her still.
Don't get between a sorcerer and his trade ship.
that's right. I forgot about that. Hold on. I wrote a note about that. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Caden. I think you just lost your trade ship.
It's all right. He lost all his notes.
Let me get that note.
That's
here.
true. It never happened.
All right, here we go. Here's the post-it note. All right. So, Galen, I know how much you love trading.
Right.
So, she pulls out from her robe there is a rolled up piece of paper, looks like a scroll, like a rolled up, tied and stamped with her seal.
That's the seal. That was just on the screen.
No, that was not me. And she says, here you go.
All right.
If you take this to eventually to a trade port, It is my recommendation letter for you to establish trade there.
All right. I accept. Thank you, Twelp.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's only a one-time use, because, yeah.
That's
When
fine.
it explodes.
Well, thank you, Twelp.
You have used this trade agreement. This piece of paper will self-destruct in 10 seconds.
But it should get your trading company far.
All knowledge of your actions will be disavowed.
I appreciate that, Twelp. Thank you.
Then she backs up and kind of like goes back to the table and lets you all walk out. And one of the guards gets up and shows you the way out.
So while we're leaving, in a very loud, kind of obvious tone, Marco leans over to Grimbolt. I wonder if she uses a booster seat on that chair over there. And just keeps walking.
To which I replied just as loudly. What, you couldn't see it from your side?
Marco.
Crap.
Since you said that loudly, hold on, give me a moment.
And this is when we get death bolted in the back of the head.
So has she noticed the big sign that Jane slapped on her back that says "kick me"?
No. You in front of you. No. How far are you from other people?
Me, I'm at the back of the group.
All right. So right behind you, you feel this glowing divine spirit, and being within 10 feet of it, you need to make a dex throw.
I thought you were saying a death save for a second there.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's not good for me.
Instant death saving throw?
6.
You take 20 points of radiant damage.
Good God.
He just, anyone for fried turtle?
The hell hit me?
And then she, do you look behind you?
Oh my God.
So you see that like divine guardian spirit that you've seen before that she can create, and then when you're looking at it, it just disappears.
I'm just gonna like rub my shoulder as if I got tickled, and then just keep going. A little short on damage as I look back and then go forward again. Emphasizing the word short.
So you just walk off and continue. Yep. So you guys are escorted out of the place. Your carriage is ready to go outside of the keep.
What does the carriage look like? Is it like open top?
No, it's
There's a picture of it.
There is a picture of it.
Oh, it's really far up now.
Yeah, your carriage.
I'm gonna repost it again.
No, that's a war mammoth. That's lots of memes. Driving me nuts. There's.
There it is.
Was it in shenanigans?
I reposted it.
All right, there we go.
Those ones.
Yeah, it looks like that. It is. Well, it's pulled by 4 horses.
Draft horses.
Yeah, draft horses.
Well then, off we go, right?
Yep. Yes, I'll climb onto the bench seat. Take the reins.
Yep. And I'll sit in the front and keep him company for now.
How much room is in the back?
It's pretty roomy. There's like a
Could I stand in it, is what I'm saying.
yes, you can stand in it.
Perfect.
It was originally picked out for a mammoth to pull, so it's pretty good sized.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's larger than your average carriage.
It has one empty center aisle. On the left side, it's got a bench seat. And then it's got a bed and a cavity underneath the bed. And when you first enter on the right, there's like a little storage cubby.
It's a look, you only need this one foot wide and this tile is me.
Yes. So, are you leaving the city currently?
I'm not aware of anything that needs to keep us here, so.
What's the plan?
Okay.
Head to the western gate.
Yeah, set out on our journey.
And whilst they're doing that, bring my little door, tap it 3 times with my key, and go inside my little thing and start experimenting.
So, just out of curiosity, does that door stay in a physical location, or is it attached like if you're at a moving object?
It's attached to an object, so wherever that goes, that's where.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he can put it down on the basically in the floor of the.
Basically, whatever surface it's on.
Yeah,
it
just stays
it stays relative to the surface it's placed on.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
If he puts it at the end of the thing, his little lab can basically be a completely separate room in the carriage.
He can literally make a TARDIS, guys. He can literally make the carriage do a
Don't give him
TARDIS.
the idea.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have the TARDIS.
Yeah, it makes it so that, Minotaur can just be nice and comfortable as he travels. And
Right.
gets a little bit of work.
So, where's Galen at the moment?
So here's a question. Do bumps we hit in the road translate into his lab?
No, everything, it's like opens into a pocket dimension, so the dimension is not
Okay, so it is dimensionally stable.
Yes.
Just sitting on a seat, maybe out front, I guess? Wherever there's an available seat.
The only exterior seat is the bench on the front. Unless,
I can always go sit on the roof.
So
yeah,
there's steps on the back, right?
Yeah, there's steps up to the back.
Is there any sort of like platform back there at all, or just the steps?
There's like the little side things. Like it would be like the doors in the middle, so there's steps going up, and there's like side platforms.
Okay.
Isn't that where we have the water barrel?
Yeah.
Oh no, we have the little water barrels on the rack on top.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
they're up on the roof.
Galen
But we
is
still need
going.
to fill.
Galen is going to be sitting inside the carriage on that bench you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bench and a bed, and then there's storage underneath both, and then there's a
Right.
cubby for storing stuff.
He's inside.
And this random doorway.
What's that?
And my random doorway.
And the red doorway, right? So everyone else is kind of outside, and we're just on our way going out, right?
Yep, you basically have the entire interior of the carriage to yourself.
Cool. So as we're on our way, sitting there, Galen is going to look over at the pseudo dragon, who's been like kind of hiding in the robes on the shoulder, or like over on the side right there, and just kind of talking to it. Hey. So what did you get? I know you've been busy the whole time we were at the palace. What did you get? As soon as we're away from the palace and everything, and like outside of the gates and everything, we're gonna be talking with the pseudo dragon.
I mean, I guess while I'm sitting on the roof, I can check on my egg, make sure it's staying warm, and if I need to, I can add a little piece of wood to that box to adjust the temperature of the coals in the sandbox.
Okay. So we'll go with the egg first, because that will take shorter time. So make an animal handling check for me real quick.
Okay. Wow. 19. And I haven't even added anything to it yet.
All right, yeah. So it's pretty nice and warm and.
Oh, and I get to add 2. So yeah, so 21.
Yeah. You definitely look this over and you're like, this egg seems perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I just keep it safe and warm.
Okay. Yalen. Of course, I roll like a good number for when you ask that.
What have you been doing this? Like, what did you get hold to? Did our training work? Like, what?
So
how'd things go?
So he goes into your backpack, and all you see is a tail. Like it's literally just a tail. And then he like kind of like has a little trouble backing out, but then he pulls out a round circular object.
Oh. What is this? Guess I reach down and look at it.
I'd laugh. It's a copper coin.
You look at it, and you can easily identify this as a crown.
Oh no. Oh crap.
Did we happen to notice with any kind of passive perception or anything, was the queen, either one of the queens missing a crown of some sort?
Make a history check.
A history check. All right.
By the way, you have no idea how stealthy he was.
She might have just given it to him.
A history check.
I just want to let you know that I rolled 2 d20s and I both got 20s.
Oh no.
Yeah. Galen doesn't remember a thing.
I don't know anything. I rolled a 1. Why did it roll twice?
Oh no, you don't.
I don't.
You have advantage on it? Is there an A next to it?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what it is, yeah.
That or you double clicked it.
I can double clicked it. I have many windows open and the roll 20 thing is messing with me right now because it has the map.
Actually, no. That's not the advantage setup. If it was the advantage, there'd be a line through it and there'd be a number on either side. So no, you double clicked it.
Oh.
If by accident.
So you got that 1. So you don't know anything about like this crown.
Advantage rolls or disadvantage look like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
Yep. So you don't know anything about this crown.
Wonderful. All right, goes right back in the bag. What else did you get?
Let's just gloss over that.
He goes back into the bag and pulls out a very, for him it looks like a big diamond, but his hands are small, so it's a smaller diamond.
Pretty good.
Good God.
Pretty
Well,
good.
you rob a castle.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Now, were you seen at all doing any of this?
He shakes his head no.
Oh, yes.
Well, of course he'd shake his head no. He doesn't know if he's seen or not.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
I'd laugh. He's lying to you.
16.
No, he doesn't know if anyone saw.
He doesn't know if anyone saw him. Okay.
Yeah, no, he knows that he thinks that no one saw him.
Oh. Wait.
From his perspective, he was stealthy.
Okay,
In reality, he might not have been.
But we don't know that.
Yes, you don't know that.
You just know that he thinks he was.
So as far as we know, he said yes. No one saw him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
so
believes
that's,
no one
there's a big
him.
difference. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He believes he was stealthy.
Right. Wonderful. Great job. Soon, we're going to have to figure out a place we can keep this stuff. I wonder if we can convince Grimbolt to let us use his pocket dimension. Whatever that is.
That's going to be a very high DC.
I know. That's. I'm pretty persuasive.
Not to mention, anything you put in there, he'll probably freely use.
Oh, that's fine. Cool. We'll see. Good job. Great. Did you have anything else whatsoever?
He shakes his head no.
That's perfectly fine. You did great while we were there. Great while we were there. So much the fact that no one suspected a thing, which is exactly what we were talking about. So wonderful job. Keep this up.
The real Galen shines through.
I don't know this. I'm inside.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
I don't know any of the stuff that's going on.
You don't know, what Jane's like in private.
Have you also checked to make sure the door is closed to that dimension? You never actually looked. For all you know, Grimbolt's standing there watching you.
That's right, Grimbolt. Is your door actually closed?
It's Galen never looks.
Considering the fact I'm doing experimentations on things, you should have it closed. Otherwise, I can just lean out the door and just throw a blot of the black stuff at him.
But that's what Galen does. He's just
okay.
Yep. Going over trade ledgers and stuff. He didn't really get any paperwork from Skitter or anything. He just got he got the amount of money that he got. So I guess he does have a little bit of paperwork. He would have the ledger, I guess, of what was traded and things.
Don't forget to add all that to your inventory.
Right.
He hasn't picked it up yet.
Oh, I just had an interesting idea.
Well, I meant Torp's little certificate thing.
How big was the diamond? I did that already. I added the Torp thing with the crown, I guess. A crown? Random crown. Okay.
For the size of the diamond, it's probably the size of a regular D4.
How much is that worth?
That's massive.
It's probably worth about 25 gold.
That?
Yep.
Big diamond like that? Okay.
His hands are small.
Oh, fair.
Also, now that I think about it,
the size of a D4 is huge.
Yeah, but we're also not talking about modern times.
True.
Yeah.
And so it's probably not cut and polished very well.
Well,
I mean, since it's a polished, yeah.
Oh, it's not even cut. It's not cut or polished. It's just raw.
Was the crown super shiny?
Yes.
Okay.
It was gold.
It's a good thing Birdman's not with you.
It's a good thing he would be, because he would be dead.
There's probably a jeweler in the castle looking for this rock right now.
Keep in mind, when Birdman pulled his pranks, Galen one-shot him.
Mm-hmm.
And then just left him there.
Because he was a low-health, high-damage character.
Exactly. Yeah. As soon as he pulled his crap, Galen one-shot him, but didn't actually take him out. He didn't follow up with it because he didn't want to kill the friend just in case. And then Birdman ran away.
Yes, Birdman ran away, but not before blowing up the stairs and almost killing a certain druid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Marco's just going to keep making his way to the west gate.
And is it Emon? E-M-O-N? Is that where we just left from?
Enond. E-N-O-N-D.
Emon is from Critical Role.
Right, so that was the confusion.
What the fuck is up with that?
Mm-hmm.
From a campaign ago.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's it for me.
Anyone else?
Well, while we're traveling, I'm going to inscribe the rest of my weapons as we're traveling.
Okay.
I'm assuming it takes several hours to get to the West Gate.
Yes. Before you get to the West Gate, you can stop. You notice that there is like caravan stuff heading on the same road as you are. Like you're not the only one on this road, and you can go through a small town. And the town name says Vembor.
Hold on.
How are we going through a small town if we're still in the city?
Oh, I thought you left the city already.
No, I said we're heading towards the West Gate, not the West border.
The West Gate. All right. Yeah. So you guys are already past the West Gate. I thought you guys already went through and okay, so you are still in the city. All right.
Okay, yes, I was saying West Gate because I had assumed there was going to be checks or something when we crossed the border or crossed the gate.
So going through the gate,
I assumed we hadn't just been let out.
Well, there's lots of people leaving the city, similar to you in carriages, and people are letting them out, just casually.
Okay, so they just have so are they not doing any inspections in a major city?
For going out, no.
Okay.
I'll just keep going then.
Not gonna question this.
It might have to do with the whole war thing, though, too. Being they are harboring a ton of refugees that are probably turning around and leaving. I don't know. I'm not going to question it. We just keep going.
Okay, so you travel.
If there's a road leading west, I'll just keep following the road.
Yes, there is a road leading west, and you follow that road.
Fast pace.
And after a couple hours on the road, there's forest, plains, some hills, but the road still continues. And of course, there's other people on the road. And eventually you meet up to a very small town with a sign saying Vembor.
So I don't need to know the exact time, but are we getting around noon by the time we're getting to this town?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a little past noon.
Okay. So getting close to the town, is there anywhere we can pull off the road?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pull over and then start setting up a campfire because I'm hungry.
Okay.
Oh.
We've been on the road for hours.
Why are we stopping?
Food. And there's a town there, so I figured eating before we go to town.
Oh, you cooking?
Yeah.
For more than just you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll start getting a campfire going. Collecting up rocks and sticks and whatnot to make a little campfire.
Do you need a hand?
We're getting ready for the night then? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're stopping for lunch.
It's a little afternoon. Granted, I guess you wouldn't know. You've been locked in the carriage the whole time.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, so I'll go back around back while he's getting the campfire ready and go in the back of the carriage and where's never mind. Door. We're stopping for lunch.
I'm assuming you just said that into the back of the carriage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Question, is Grimbolt's door soundproof?
Yes, once it's effectively closed, it's kind of like a seal.
Okay.
Where's Grimbolt and what's that? Is he in there?
I think he's
Also,
fucking
I haven't seen him.
have you checked the door?
No, I'm not sticking my head into some kind of weird wobbly portal thing.
It's just a wooden door.
I'm not sticking my head in a wooden door. Who does that?
Well, it wasn't here before, so I'm assuming it belongs to Grimbolt. Because if you're not claiming it, it's not mine.
It's probably whoever owns the cart, which is technically Marco. Right?
I know not this Darkwing you speak of.
I didn't say that.
I'm like off to the side of the carriage, so I'm not hearing a word of this.
Well, I will walk up and knock on the door.
Okay.
And the door opens and Grimbold's there looking down at you.
Ah, so you were in there.
Indeed. What do you want?
We're stopping for lunch.
I'll be right out. And he closes the door in your face.
Okay then. Well, definitely Grimbolt's place.
About 5 minutes later, he'll open it up and come out. But until then,
Well, before that, I just immediately turn back around and exit the carriage.
I leave the carriage as well.
By the way, Holland, when I ordered those extra waffles, how many? Was it like 1 pound, 2 pounds? Like how many extra waffles did we get?
We end up with like a 50-pound box of waffles.
There was like 20 waffles each. So
20 waffles each? Oh my goodness.
Well,
yeah,
he ate half of them, so
yeah. So you ordered one thing of waffles, and then you ordered an extra set. So there was 20 waffles.
You keep saying waffles.
Waffles.
I'm so tired. Waffles. Waffles. Sorry.
So 20 of them. That's probably about 2 pounds worth.
At least he's not wassailing.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Notes. 10 per pound. Box of cold. Cool. Okay. So once I get the campfire going, because I'm assuming I didn't have any issue, I'm going to grab my big old soup pot and by the way, is there any like river or anything nearby? Looking around, do I see anything?
No, there's no river.
Okay. All right. I guess I will grab. Let me look at my box here. I'm not gonna mess with the fish yet. I'll grab a pound of boar meat and then a pound of veggie and a pound of fruits. And I'll just make a simple stew with some water out of my I can't think of the name.
Hack?
Yeah, the canteen or whatever the heck it's called.
I mean, our mini kegs haven't been filled up yet.
No, I know. That's why I was asking about a river.
And you got that wonderful little bag.
I'm lost.
The bag that generates food.
Oh, yes.
Spices.
I gotta get used to using that now.
The spice bag, yeah. Will that generate water?
No.
Water with spice.
It's not a spice, Holland.
It's the spice of life.
The water's not a spice.
Okay, will it generate wine? Because wine is used as a spice in many foods.
That's not a spice. No matter how much we twist it, that's not a spice.
It depends. I mean, if it generates something based on your thought, you think of a spice and it generates that spice. If you consider something a spice, it should generate it, right?
No, it only generates spices. Now you might be
fresh or the powdered form.
Yeah.
So it'd make powdered milk.
No, milk is not a spice.
And it specifically says only a pinch of it. So even if I pull off, like,
it
says any non-magical food seasoning. So yes, I could get away with. I probably could technically get away with like wine or something like that, but it's a pinch. It specifically says a pinch. So it would be like 2 drops.
Spoil all my fun.
But I will use 2 charges of that for salt and pepper.
Well, this discussion of what's a spice and what isn't is occurring. Rimbolt's going to come out of the card and pocket his little door.
So that'll take about 45 minutes of just simmering away.
And someone's for lunch.
Boar meat stew.
Delicious.
With potatoes and I think I'm gonna use 2 pounds of veggies and no fruit, being it as a stew. So potatoes and carrots and boar meat.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
These. I definitely need to stock back up.
Okay, so how close did we park near town?
Wait, we're near town?
Yes.
Yeah, you could see it from here.
Yeah, you guys can see it.
Okay, so I'm going to take my little. I'm gonna untie the little mini keg, one of them, and bring it with me into town.
What town is this? Where are we?
I need a recollection on what it said on the sign. Holland, I forgot.
Rembor.
Rembor. It's Rembor, and I roughly point to the sign we passed, like, not that far ago.
Yeah, and the first citizen I come to, I'm going to ask politely, is there a town well we can use to get some water? Or I can use to get some water?
That's your cue.
And you kind of look around, like, there's a lot of people from Anand here that have been traveling, a lot of adventurers and travelers.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking for a local. Someone who is not, like, specifically traveling the road.
So there's a couple buildings. They're not outside, but you kind of like... let's see.
Is there an inn or a shop?
There is a shop.
Okay. What kind of shop?
It's more like a magical shop.
Okay, well, she should still be able to tell me. Or he. Anyway, so I'll enter the shop.
You enter the shop, and it's very, very compact. And there is a desk in the far back.
Okay, is it crowded? Is it empty?
It's pretty empty, but it's just covered in, like...
Stuff,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, I'll make my way to the counter. Do I see a bell or a proprietor?
So you see someone there.
I was like, excuse me.
And he stands up. He's wearing long robes, and he's got horns. He's like, "Oh, what do you want?"
Do you know where I can get some water? Is there a town well?
It's next
You're the
building
first.
over.
Ah, next building over. Okay, so I was right in assuming that you're a local.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, is this a bad town? Should I be worried?
Not friendly people come to this town before they leave Anand. Or go to Anand, depending which way you're going.
Well, we're leaving.
Good luck.
Yeah, so I see. Bit crowded out there. All thanks to that war. Crazy deal that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Had to close up shop for a little bit.
I can imagine. Well, thank you for your help. It's much appreciated.
No problem. He sits back down and continues what he was working on.
And I, leave the store and go next door.
Yeah. So you open the door to the next door, and it's a very dark building, but there is it's enclosed well, basically in a building.
Oh, okay. So it's just a well house.
Yeah, it's a well house.
Okay, and is somebody using it?
There's a couple people stopping to fill up their canteens, and they have a couple barrels. People are filling up.
So I'll wait my turn and then fill up my keg.
Okay.
And then I'll cork my keg and bring it back to the carriage. And I will lash it down on the other side of the roof rack away from the empty kegs.
Okay.
And I will grab another one and repeat the process.
Okay. So you keep repeating
until
that?
I get them all filled.
All right, and all the kegs are filled with water.
How big did you say those were? Because I never added them to my thing, so I'm adding them now.
They're like mini kegs. If you look at mini kegs of beer, they're mini kegs.
So they're probably what? Filled, probably 5 pounds each. No, water.
They're 5 gallons, so approximately.
Okay, that'd be more like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Hold on.
A gallon of water is 8 pounds, by the way.
Yeah, they're gonna be heavy.
Yep, 8 pounds per
Yeah.
gallon.
You guys.
Yeah, so they're 40. They're 41 pounds per keg. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I did them one keg at a time.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Kaisis?
You compare his measurements, and it just makes everything so much more complicated.
All right.
Indeed. That's why I said how much I was drinking in liters earlier.
They're 8. Let's see, 8 times. I don't know.
5.
Oh, no, 5. Was it 5
said...
times 3.7? What's that?
Huh? Oh, for
18.5 kilograms. Does that make it better for you?
It does.
Okay.
And there's what? 4 liters in a gallon, I think, ish.
Something like that. I don't know. It's 3.78.
Right. I'm just gonna mark them as 4-liter kegs.
Yeah.
It's just so much more simple. 1 kilogram is 1 liter.
1 gallon is 3.78 kilograms.
Yes, I see. Screw that. Decimal system is never a good thing.
All right, so by the time he finishes going back and forth, lunch should be ready.
That's what I figured. I was like, and sitting down to lunch, I'm like, well, I did my fair share. I have filled up our water kegs.
Marco's not saying anything. He's stuffing his face.
Yeah, well.
Pretty much. Just eating food.
I get my own serving and start stuffing my face as well.
I'm assuming there's nothing we need from the town.
Maybe buy an extra barrel for water?
We have 4 of them.
Yeah, but they're little. I mean a full-size barrel.
I don't know where to put it. That's why I bought the little ones.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, that being said, never hurts to have more water.
It does when you have nowhere to put it, and it becomes a nuisance.
Well, we have somebody's entire laboratory.
Oh. Marco just looks down and starts eating. I'm staying out of this.
We don't have anything. I do.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind a barrel or 2 extra.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind being skimmed.
Huh. Well,
I think that's a hell no, Jane.
I could use a rug.
Do you think I'm fluffy enough for a rug?
I don't know, at least you'll keep my hoops clean.
I don't want to be never mind then. I don't want to be a welcome mat. Or an unwelcome mat in your case.
Now you're thinking of portals.
Well, I'm going to put the lid on the pot and put it back in the caravan.
Okay.
Not the caravan, the carriage. So, let's see, that's what, 4 of us? Would you say that consumed all of it or half of it? That's at least 3 pounds of materials. Just getting an idea for future.
How much materials you used? So you used like
3 pounds plus water for.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's 3 pounds of food. That's fine.
All right. So.
I imagine you guys are always gonna find water somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, no, you guys run out of water, because literally most places have a water or a well or something.
Yeah. I was looking at more like making this much. Am I going to get like 2 meals out of it where I could just reheat it later?
Depends how much everyone eats.
At 3 pounds divided among 4 people, it's probably all gone.
Fair. All right, I'll clean it up and put it back in the carriage.
And especially considering 2 of those people are large.
Fair, yeah. All right, once you guys are done eating, we can hit the road again.
I'm done eating.
Yep, same. Just
Yeah, I thought I'll finish eating and,
It was quite delicious. I see that herb pouch came in handy.
Yeah.
Yes, that came very much so in handy. Thank you for that.
Yes, good job, Marco. Quite good.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
mentioning that herb pouch like made him glow. And
I take 5d10 radiant damage from the amount of shine he's given off me.
I mean,
wait, can we use him for a mirror if we polish his shell?
It's not a smooth shell.
But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to reconstruct my little door in the back of the wagon and resume my studies.
Wait, isn't the front shell smooth though?
My shield? Oh, the front.
The front part of the shell. Put the belly shell.
A tortoise before?
Yeah, the front part's usually smooth. Just has the ridge lines in it.
Point where you could shine it into a mirror.
No, you're a big turtle. If we get it shiny enough.
The answer's still no, but I'm going to climb onto the cart.
Gallon's like stepping into the back of the cart like this is ridiculous. Let's go.
Jade climbs up the side of the cart back onto the roof.
Grimbold resumes his practices, patting his water barrel inside of his laboratory.
And we're just gonna take off and start working our way through town out the other side.
Okay, so you work your way through town, and there's only a few buildings there. There's a small pathway where travelers or people migrating in that direction are, stopped on the side of the road. You can see that their cart is like in front of the building to fill with water. You see there's some children running around in the streets. I need you to make an animal handling check, whoever's driving.
Of course you do.
Well, while I'm on the roof, I'm just gonna
15.
curl up and look lazy, but actually be alert. Like, you know how cats do.
Okay. So 15, you are able to stop and keep the cart going whenever, someone runs in front of it or trying to cross the road, getting through traffic, basically. And you finally reach the other side of the town, and you continue upon the road.
Yep. And we will just keep on going. Once I'm clear of town, we'll pick up to a fast pace again.
Okay, so you are clear of town. You're on the main road. You have trees on both sides of you with a slight, like maybe 5 feet between the road and the trees.
Should be plenty of room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. When it starts getting darker, I'm going to start paying a lot closer attention to my surroundings.
Well, I continue to keep a sharp eye out the whole time we're traveling.
Traveling through a forest in the dark is not a great idea.
Oh, I agree.
All right, well, we'll keep going until the sun starts to set.
Let me check the map for a second.
Because I'm assuming it's going to take like a week to even reach the border.
At least a few days.
Yeah, it'll take you a few days to get there.
Yeah.
So do you want fast travel there?
Are you talking about our pace, or?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
All right.
I mean, yeah, we're traveling at a fast pace, being it's 4 draft horses, so we're moving about as quick as it'll let me go without being like a dire, like they're being pushed too hard.
Without running the horses, yeah.
Yeah. I guess for now, my goal is to reach the border because I imagine there'll probably be a checkpoint or something.
You're really pushing these checkpoints, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
I assumed there would be when you're moving from one country to another or out of a major city, but I guess not.
I mean,
I had assumed it would be a thing, but
it's not like you're crossing the modern world.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, we'll just keep on at a fast pace until nightfall.
Okay, fast paced till nightfall. So you guys travel for a long time, and you finally starts to get nightfall. Of course, there's travelers following you, and there's some in front of you. So when nightfall hits, there are some that just pull off to the side.
Which is pretty much what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but to ourselves. I think we should keep to ourselves.
Right.
Yeah. Keeping a fair, like, at least 30 feet between us, and anybody else. At least. And once we pull off, I'll start setting up a campfire again.
Well, if we start setting up camp, where do we stop? What do we see? What do we find? What's around? Stop.
All right. So looking around, there's a couple people setting up camp, kind of near you, but like you can see the glow of the fire that they've made in their campsite. You can see like shadow figures in the distance. And for with more shadows, you can see their cart and the horses, and just kind of gathered around fire. This is what you see around you. The trees are tall; they're like birch trees going straight up, with the white bark on the outside. The grass is kind of tall, but not like super tall. It's like more like maybe like a foot tall.
All right, and I'm not cooking any this time. Cooking anything this time. I'm just munching on fruit.
Okay.
So we start setting up camp. Bedrolls, all that jazz.
Yeah. Is there enough room on the roof to roll out my bedroll?
I would
It looks like
so.
there's enough room.
Yeah,
like,
there
right
should
in front
be.
of the luggage rack.
Yeah, there should be.
Excellent. So who's gonna keep first watch?
Sure.
We should probably let Grimbolt know.
Yeah, you can go knock on his door this time.
All right. Galen, want first watch?
Sure.
All right, I'll take third.
All right, I'll take second watch, and we can let Grimbo have the last watch, but he's got to wake us up this time.
Okay.
So I'll head inside the carriage and knock on Grimbolt's magic door.
Which the door opens and he's poking his head out. Yeah.
Hey, we're stopping and turning in for the night. You'll have fourth watch, so you'll have somebody come and knock again later.
Excellent. And he closes the door in your face.
Yep, and I'm just gonna turn around and grab my blanket out of the carriage and flop down next to a tree outside.
All right. So we're getting ready for bed then. Time for that.
Curling up on my bedroll.
I need Galen's trading company sheet. Hold on.
And Grimbolt relaxes in his wonderful stolen bedding that he stole from the castle.
I noticed that.
That door is going to be a terrifying ability to take what he wants as long as he's in private.
Oh yeah. Okay. So who's next? Who's first on the watch?
That was Galen.
All right. I need you to do a perception check and a D100.
There's a 16 for perception check. And a 39 for D100.
Okay. Okay. So that is so looking around, you just take your shift and you're like pretty peaceful here. You definitely see the fires slowly dim down throughout the night of your shift, and most people around you are going to sleep. But that's about it. Nothing really happens.
Cool. Just kind of chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. It's just like your very easy shift. You're like, wow, this is pretty easy.
Wonderful. Assuming
your pseudo dragon snoring over there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Getting the sleep. He was hard at work. Good. I suppose I go wake up the second person. Was it Jane? I think.
Indeed.
I'll wake up Jane.
Good luck figuring out how.
Jane's on the roof, remind you.
Just throw rocks up on top of the roof.
What? Hey!
Trying to wake you up there. Your turn. Second watch.
You could have just said something.
Well, I mean,
you didn't have to throw rocks at me. How rude.
pebbles, not big rocks.
All right. Well, have a good night.
You too. Crawls inside the. He takes his bedroll, just crawls inside the carriage.
I mean, there's a bench and a bed in there, and if Marco's on the bed, you can always just sleep on the bench.
Man.
I'm outside leaning against a tree.
Yep.
Oh, well, see, you got full reign of the bed.
Sure. Crawls up into the bed with his bedroll still.
All right.
Goes to bed.
All right. So, of course, I'm going to wake up and take my turn at watch.
All right. Perception check.
Oh. Holy crap.
Swear to God, if you say 1.
26.
Holy shit.
I rolled an 18 and I have +8 to perception.
That was the opposite.
You're so awake, you just look around, like you can see the slight embers coming from the settling coals on other people's fire. You can see the smoke slightly rise from the distance from them also. Some people are kind of like moving around, still talking at night from different campsites. And you happen to see a small gnome child walk up to your campsite.
Oh no.
And what do you want, little one?
I'm lost from my campsite.
Lost? Well, that's not good. Do you remember which direction I saw what direction they came from, so which direction did they come from?
It would be in the back of you, like towards the Anon direction.
Okay. Do you remember anything about which way you went?
I don't know. I was following a bunny.
Following a bunny.
And with your perception, you definitely saw there was like a bunny that ran into the woods.
Oh, lovely. And is there a trail that the kid left behind? Like, you know, because kids aren't stealthy.
Yeah, let's see. It would be, I think, a survival.
You want survival?
Yeah, survival check.
Dang it. It landed on my keyboard. 13. Survival is +5, so 18.
Oh, you definitely see a trail.
Well, in that case, I will I climb down off of the roof and wake Marco up.
Yeah, what is it?
I need you to take watch early.
Why?
Because there's a little lost child, and I'm going to backtrack his trail and bring him back to his parents.
All right, whatever. I'll stand up and start stretching my legs.
And with that, I say, well, come on, little one, and hold out my hand. And
okay. He takes your hand
and stabs you.
We follow his trail backwards.
Okay.
Which
Marco.
is probably going to take a little while because he was chasing a rabbit.
Marco, make a perception check.
Go ahead and do it. Goddamn you, Holland. Thank God, perception's my strong suit. 19.
Okay, so looking around and taking your shift early, you notice that there are 2 human figures sneaking around your campsite.
So where are they at around the campsite? Are they like still out like in the forest edge or the roadside?
They are looking around your cart.
Well, good thing there's nothing on the outside, which means they got to go in the back door to get anything. So are they around the front of it, or do I see them around the back?
Around the back.
So hold on. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong damn category. Okay, so I'm gonna walk up behind them, and as I walk up behind them, I'm gonna give it a moment and see if they open the door. They don't notice me.
Make a stealth check if you're trying if you notice.
This is not gonna go well. 15. It actually didn't go bad.
Okay, not bad.
Considering I have to roll a 17 to get a 15.
They definitely notice you though.
Ah, shit. All right, then I'm gonna burst into a full run at one of them, and while I'm running, Galen, wake your ass up.
Do I hear him?
I'll make a perception check.
And I'm running full bore into the closest one.
Okay.
Steamroller.
Oh, natural 20.
You definitely hear him.
I mean, like that? Do I hear people try break it in too? So I'm like getting super prepared because of this.
Yeah. Like you definitely know there's something. Like you heard them like rustling around, and like you definitely heard that, and then you heard like Marco, like
it's loud. It's big reptilian feet slapping the dirt.
Yep.
It's not subtle.
Just hears boom, 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 boom. On the outside of the carriage, like, oh no.
And I'm basically like leaning my shoulder in an attempt to just like check him into the side of the carriage.
Oh God, you're gonna flip the freaking carriage.
It's going with the direction of the wheels, if that helps. That being said, before
wow, you're laughing so hard you can't even eat.
Before I say that, I should probably. Are they like dwarf height or are they human height?
No, you're about to crush kids against the side of it into a pate.
He said human figures.
Yeah, he said humanoid.
No, I said human figures.
He said human figures.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, as long as they're like my height, which would clearly mean they're adults or at least teenagers. Yep. At least one of them's getting checked into the side of the carriage.
All right. I'm gonna say since you're checking one of them, do a grapple check. Yeah, grapple.
Come on, you darn.
Well, it'd be a little weird to say do a check.
Is there like a shove action or something?
8. That was 8. Not my best strength throw. I'm still half asleep.
Oh my god, I can't believe you won that.
Oh, damn.
I rolled a 5.
Yep.
Huh, so did he.
That's a full 420 pounds, like, because they were right at the back of the carriage, right?
Yeah, basically.
There was no distance, so that was 420 pounds smashing him into the side of the carriage.
And all you hear is a in the back of the carriage.
Linebacker check to the side of a wall.
The whole carriage, like, rocks forward.
The other one does get away, though.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, you can
and
open
see him running away?
Yes.
All right. As he's trying to run away, I'm going to look up. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to look up. I'm going to aim at the sucker and cast Hold Person.
Okay.
It is a Wisdom save of 15. I guess I'll cast it. I think that does it.
Wisdom save 15, and he failed it.
Right. That means that fellow. Let's see.
Freezes in place.
Choose a humanoid that can see. That I can see within range. The target must succeed on the Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. At the end of its turn, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw unless the spell ends. So basically, Gallon sees this happening, or hears all this stuff with his natural, his super high perception. Hear them rustling around, the check into the side of the door. He slams open the door, sees Marco there with like this guy pinned to the side, looks up and sees the other guy running, like booking, freaking just like trying to get away, holds up his head, the ice claws show up on the side. And it's almost like a little wispy, like a wispy tornado sort of kind of appears with a little bit of ice going through it. And it just straight towards him and just wraps around him and holds him there in place. And he's stuck. He can't do anything.
So I have this guy in a grapple now, right? Being that was a grapple check.
Yes.
All right, so what does he look like? Is he like in common clothes, or is he like clearly got like nicer like armor?
He's in common clothes.
Okay. Is it a human, man, woman? What am I looking at?
A smear of red paste on the wall.
He is a human male. Dark brown hair that's short. It's like a very like commoner clothing that he's wearing.
Okay. Are we talking like adult or like a young like
he's
adult?
Younger. He's like a teenager. Yeah, teenager.
Okay. You got that one, Galen?
Sure do.
Drag him back over here.
I mean, can I get rope?
Yeah, there's 50 feet of rope in the carriage. We only use part of it for tying down the water barrels.
So are we like out of combat? Well, I mean, we're still in turn, so I guess that was my action, so I can't do it this turn, right?
Depends if he's treating this as combat or not.
Since you guys both have him grappled, it can be out of combat.
Okay.
I just have to do a couple.
How is the one that I full body tackled looking?
You can see he's quite scared seeing a giant turtle the size you are compared to him, grappling him, slammed against the cart.
Does it look like he shrugged that off? Because I full like shoulder checked him into the cart.
No, he is like pretty injured.
All right, I'm gonna like check him for weapons.
All right, so you investigate.
Not my strong suit. 9.
Looking around, the only thing you can really find the outside of him is a dagger.
All right, I'm gonna grab the dagger and chuck it inside the carriage.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think you're doing? Answer carefully.
Meanwhile, while he's asked that, Galen has gotten the rope. He's walked over to the guy, the person that's slowly paralyzed, standing right there, grabs the hands, put them together behind the back, wraps the rope around, ties it tight, and, like a restrictive knot and everything, goes down. How far away did they get from Marco?
About 30 feet.
About 30 feet? All right. Lays them down on their side on the ground. Ties it around the two legs too, so they're basically hogtied at this point, and just drags them over next to Marco.
All right, so are they next to each other?
By the time Galen's done that and pulls him over, yes.
All right, I'm gonna put this guy on the ground, or at least onto his knees.
Okay.
Right next to him. And then I'm going to reach into my pack and grab my shackles and bind their ankles together. One of each of their ankles.
I forgot you guys had shackles. Oh my god. No, Marco doesn't use them for anything else, apparently.
I don't know what you're thinking. I ain't that kinky of a turtle.
Wow. Not safe for work.
So, you two, it seems we have a problem. You see, we have this wonderful carriage here. We have things that we like to keep. And it looks like you two were trying to snoop around a bit, possibly remove some of those things that are rightfully ours. The guy right there is paralyzed. He can't say anything. He looks to the one that isn't there. What do you have to say for yourself?
By the way,
this is an intimidation. Like, Galen is extremely trying to be intimidating right now.
Do an intimidation.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, nope.
Wow.
Wow.
And in the middle of your speech, your voice starts breaking.
My accent, the accent changed and everything. Just made kind of the guy chuckle.
Hands on hip instead of,
an answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was, like, did he, okay, I'll let Holland finish now that you rolled before I say anything.
During this, like, they just keep silent, dead silent.
So, you want to stay silent, huh? What was it you were after? Think very, very carefully. And by the way, was a little kid with you?
Who's the little kid?
Insight check.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be very annoyed if Jane caused this. 20. Dirty 20.
No, the kid was not with them.
Okay. So, what was it you were attempting to get out of this? And Marco's going to reach forward and just kind of not choke him, but just place a hand by his neck.
And one of them speaks up. We're looking for food.
Oh, that was the worst thing they could have said. So, you plan to take our food out in the middle of the forest, and I'm assuming Galen's paying close attention.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that the hand that's around the kid's neck starts to gain a green glow. And his eyes start to get a little slanted.
That was the wrong answer. You see, Marco here really likes his food.
Like, it is very obvious that he's pissed now.
Let's not destroy them yet, Marco. Maybe.
And Marco completely ignores him.
See, look, I
like, at this point, he could probably feel, like, I'm assuming you get the point that I'm channeling necrotic nature through my claws.
Yeah, like at this point,
he should be able to feel it.
Yeah, at this point, this kid, teen is like eyes closed, cringing, like waiting for himself to die. Like that is literally his feeling right now.
So is it just you two? Because I have a hard time imagining you're alone.
No, we're the only ones. The other one speaks up that you're not grappling.
He's paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. He can't say anything.
Oh, all right.
He can't say anything.
So the one you're grappling is like, we're the only ones.
And Marco just stays silent for a moment, but he does kind of like close his claws a little bit. Doesn't say anything, he just closes the claws. Not quite enough to hurt him just yet. Oh wait, hold on. I need to read something. Do I have a say in this matter?
I'm sure you've disconnected his head by now.
I have. Well, before my hand was just resting against him. Now there's actually like slight pressure. I haven't
yeah, but you also have the necrotic energy that's going to do damage.
Yeah, now that it's actually touching him, now that part will.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you probably, But once I start channeling that, it's, I guess just skin contact would be enough.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you want me to roll for that part of it.
You just killed a kid. You just killed a kid.
Not the actual punch.
You just killed a kid. Because you checked him and then...
All right, let me roll it here.
Should just be 1d6, right?
Yeah, it's 1d6. It's 3 necrotic damage.
He is hanging on by a thread.
Maybe Galen's staying silent. At this point, Galen, you can see this, so... Alright, hold on, let's do it this way. Maybe have Galen do a perception roll quick.
Well, no. Galen's he's seeing like this kind of stuff.
Okay,
I'm like right there.
Then.
I'm
like his neck turn black.
There's info I want to give you. So do a perception roll with advantage, being you're literally right there.
Yeah, but I mean, like the DM has to tell me to do that.
That's fine. Do it.
Okay.
They're trying to decide how much to give you. One more. Although, that's actually plenty, really. All right, so you start when you're looking at Marco, you notice his eyes look identical to when he loses control.
Mm-hmm.
It's very obvious to you that this is the same thing when his personality switches, and that he might not actually have control at the moment.
Interesting.
It's the same source of an issue.
I see. Marco, perhaps our friend here, now that he's seen what happened to his friend, will be able to talk a little bit more. Now, remember the guy's hogtied, he can't do anything, but he's paralyzed. Galen will release the paralysis. And before he does it, says, now think carefully about what you're about to say. Your friend is not looking good right there. You wish to make it out of this encounter alive. Answer truthfully and give us useful information. Why are you here? Releases paralysis.
Colin?
Yeah. So the guy that you use paralysis with says, "We're here to gather supplies so we can survive."
Is he telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
There it is. 14.
Pretty good.
Yes, he is telling the truth.
Why are you by yourself?
We're not by ourselves.
Where are your parents?
They fought in the war.
All right. Does that mean they're no longer here?
Last heard is that their squad was decimated by orcs.
All right. And you decided to rob people along the this road for sustenance?
Yes.
Wouldn't be better in the city, maybe?
No.
Marco, I don't know what to do. I don't deal well with kids.
Oh, I painted myself in a very tight corner.
Mm-hmm.
Bane's not there to talk you out of your corner either.
But he did reveal something important, so I don't release the kid. But I do back off the necrotic hearing that they're orphans. So he's not released, but he's not being hit with necrotic.
Seems like they are telling the truth, as far as I can tell.
And Marco's not even going to turn his head, and he's just going to ask, who were you with when you... Who did you mean when you said you weren't alone?
My brother here?
You said we're not alone.
Well, we're brothers, so we're not alone. We have each other.
Nobody else, just the two of you.
Nope.
Turning my head and looking at him, do I see any weapons on him?
Make an investigation check. Or you said looking, so it's perception.
Looking, yeah.
Yeah, the one on the ground, the one over next to me is literally hog-tied on the ground in rope.
So you see on the side of him there is a short sword attached to his belt.
With my free hand, I'll reach down and take it.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of toss it towards the cart or in the door if it's open still. I'm assuming nobody's closed it, so.
Make a hit roll.
Let me go to my actions here. Yeah, just roll any old hit.
Yep.
21.
Gerbolt, is your door open?
Oh.
Nope. Was a 21, not a 1. It's not like I was whipping it, I was just lobbing it behind me.
Yeah, but you said towards the cart, so...
I mean, yeah, I did throw it in the open door.
So
The last time I spoke with him, though, he did say that he shut it.
So is your door open, Gerbolt?
No, it's not.
No. So this sword literally just hits just right at the door where it just stays there, stuck inside the door.
Wait, can it actually stick in a dimensional door?
Yes, it can stick in a dimensional door.
It's a physical door.
It's a, yeah, it's like a it's like a wooden door, I believe we said it was. Yeah.
Oh, looks like Grimbolt's gonna join the fun.
Knock knock.
I'm assuming that made a loud. If it's stuck, that made a loud enough thud to.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you guys one more round's worth before I get up.
Okay. So yeah, you toss it. What's your next plan?
Well, I don't feel like killing you. And his eyes have, after hearing the orphan part, his eyes and insight checking them and whatnot, they see it. He calms down a little bit. His eyes are like half returned to normal. Well, I don't feel like killing a kid just yet. So do this. My hand's already on him. He'll get 10 hit points back. He'll just get kind of a flare of golden light, and then it'll dissipate. What to do? He says it out loud. He isn't releasing him yet. He doesn't trust him enough for that, even though they're shackled together and tied up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jane and the little kid are skipping along his path, looking for his parents.
By now, Jane, you are able to find like the path that leads to this little campsite off to the side, and it's got like 2 horses and a little small campfire, and that is literally the campsite. There's no cart or anything like that.
Okay. And his parents are there?
Yep, his parents are there.
And it's like, are these your parents?
Yeah. And he runs.
And of course, I let go of the hand, and you should keep a closer eye on that one. He wandered into our camp.
We will. Thank you so much.
And I turn and head back towards our camp.
Okay. I'm gonna imagine you go faster than walking out of a small kid. So.
Yeah, I mean, I walk at my normal pace.
Yeah. So,
So Marco's still like, he's still pissed off. I'm gonna put that out there. He's just not like on the verge of killing him anymore. And staying silent.
All right. Scaling doing anything?
Sits the no longer paralyzed but still hogtied kid up on their butt next to the other one. Kind of making sure there's no like weapons or anything on this one either.
Yeah, Marco just grabbed his short sword, but yeah, there's nothing else on him.
Props them up together, looks at both of them, just staring at him for a moment. What sort of skills do you have?
Well, obviously we're not sneaky.
Well, I mean, yeah, looking at both of them back and forth slowly. What sort of skills do you have?
No, we can fight a little bit.
Fighting aside, did you grow up on a farm? What did your parents do? Were they all military the whole time? Any sort of skills at all?
They were performers.
Specify?
They were bards, traveling to tavern to tavern.
Did you pick up any of their skills?
Unfortunately not. Both of us are not musically inclined.
Well, you're definitely not sneaky. Do you have any information that you think in this situation would be beneficial for the people right in front of you right now that haven't killed you for trying to steal from them?
What kind of information you looking for?
Things that might prove useful to businesswomen, men.
Did you know there's a war happening in 2 countries over?
Are they talking about what we just left?
No, she said 2 countries over. He's talking about Kuznets.
Yeah,
The Civil War.
And Kuznetsa?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, yes, we did know about that.
Did you know that they are needing supplies on both sides and desperate for them?
Interesting.
Shit.
Galen kind of leans in a little bit. Did you know we were the ones that just saved Anand?
No.
Just kind of sighs a bit. Marco, I really don't know what to do with this.
So, combined, did they
Holy
have over
shit.
31 hit points?
So it's one target.
Combined, do they have over 31 hit points?
Yes, they do.
All right, so whichever one has the least passes out.
Okay.
They just kind of get engulfed in like this mist.
Are you talking like current hit points after he healed them, or?
Yeah, it's current hit points, not max hit points.
All right. So it's an area effect, so they both just pass out.
Yeah. Marco just sighs and stands up.
And as you stand up, that sword that you threw lands straight between your feet.
Look at
Sitting at the entrance to the wagon is Grimbold looking down at you. What the hell is this?
Thieves.
And you attacked my door. Why?
Oh,
Did they throw the sword? Or
that
what
was
the hell is going
accident.
on?
I tossed the sword into the carriage, not intending to actually stick it in your door.
And so you woke me up. And what are they? What the?
They're orphans from the war, and they were attempting to steal our food supplies.
So I come out and see 2 grown men standing over 2 passed out kids by the look of it. Yeah, this is looking really good. So what are you going to do with the bodies then?
They're not dead, they're just unconscious.
They're not dead yet, but what are you going to do with them?
I don't know. Leave them on the side of the road and leave. I don't know. Let them go. I don't feel like killing kids today.
Is this the time that Jane walks back up?
His anger subsided only a little. He's still visibly pissed off. So he's like pacing around.
Is the fire still on, by the way?
The fire of your place?
Yeah.
No, that's already dimmed out.
Wonderful.
Let me know when I walk back in.
By now, you probably walked in. It's been a while.
So, what did I miss?
When you went to help the kid, these 2 tried to steal from the back of the carriage as you left.
Oh, Oh, well, that wasn't very bright of them, was it?
No, probably not.
Are they alive?
Yes, they're alive, regrettably.
Just asking, sometimes you go a little overboard.
You just get like a glance from Marco that's visibly like, shut up. And he continues to just pace.
So, what are your plans? Are you just gonna leave them passed out on the side of the road? I mean, they'll get picked up and sold off, or stabbed, or robbed, or any number of things.
Well, they didn't get away with anything. And I'm pretty sure I might have broken his shoulder.
Dang. What'd you do to the poor kid?
Full body checked him into the carriage.
Do you realize you're twice the size of a normal person?
I didn't know he was a kid when I... Shut up.
And to be fair...
Break a normal man in half.
To be fair, there were people snooping around the cart, middle of the night, not their campsite. They had it coming to them.
I mean...
With weapons.
With weapons.
Oh, okay. So if they had weapons... Because Jane's not seeing any weapons, except...
Oh, yeah. There's a sword sticking out of the ground where Grimbolt threw it back.
But that's at your feet.
Well, it's in the middle. It's not by anybody's feet at the moment because Marco's pacing.
So they have one sword?
No, there's a dagger in the cart too.
Wow.
Charging battery.
I suggest that you put them deeper in the woods to sleep it off. You did put them to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let them sleep it off deep in the woods. I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson if you smacked one into a carriage.
Yeah, that's all I did to him.
Yeah, I mean, almost dying will probably make him change his ways.
Oh, I should mention they're orphans.
Excellent.
There's going to be a lot of those. We just had a war, and I don't mean to be mean or callous, but...
Oh, yeah,
we don't have the means to take care of orphans.
I have no intention to.
But these look old enough. They're old enough to make the decision to try and steal from us. They're old enough to care for themselves, and hopefully next time make a wiser decision.
Yep.
It's not like they couldn't get a job like chopping wood for a day for a hot meal.
I'm going to walk over and take my shackles back and stuff them back in my pack.
I say put them at least inside the woods so that they're not,
visible,
taken advantage up right away, and we leave them to their own devices.
I'll drag them.
No experiments.
Don't need to. And when that Grimbolt grabs them by their messed up shirts and starts dragging them deep into the forest.
Okay.
Well, this went interestingly.
Well, man, I walk away for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Marco kind of stretches his claw a little bit, and he notices something on his meaty little hand, starts wiping it off on his robe. Just a little tinge of blood where his claw sunk in.
Whose watch was this again?
This one, Jane's.
Right.
I woke Marco up because lost child. And this was an actual child that was really lost. So I woke someone up to replace me on watch. And you'll be happy to know that the child has been safely returned to his parents, and they were very happy to see him.
When I took the shackles back, I took the rope back too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they're sleeping, so it's
There's not really a struggle.
It won't be for long.
So, shall we continue our night as before now?
Sounds good. Goes inside the cart, closes the door, gets back up in the bed, goes back to sleep.
okay.
Okay. And how much time did this take? Did this use up my watch?
This looked like about an hour.
Okay, so this like used up my watch time.
I think a watch is normally 2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay, so
So
there's
probably
an
about-
hour.
About 2/3 of your time.
Okay. So
Because I doubt it happened the second you started watch.
Yeah. So you got maybe like a half an hour left of your watch.
all right. Well, since I'm the one that had to leave, I guess I will pick up the last of my watch and Marco's watch. And then I will wake up Grimbolt once more for his watch.
Once Grimbolt gets back.
How long is Grimbolt gone?
Yeah. What is Grimbolt doing with in the forest with two kids or two teenagers?
Well, let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
So at the
We just
particular
returned
point
to
where
watch.
at the particular point where he's dragged the kids far enough into the forest, he's pulled out his talisman that indicates his belonging to the cult of Marcosis. He's heated this up using a green flamed blade that he's ignited with his sickles and branded them.
Oh no.
All I think is Inglorious Bastards from that moment. At the very end.
Pretty much, but I assume that having hot metal pushed against your skin is definitely going to break the sleep spell on them.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes damage.
Attack,
Yeah,
break,
a damage or attack of any kind, would wake it up.
It definitely would.
So immediately after he's pushed it in and notices them, so he grabs them both by the scruff of their necks and saying that they belong to Marcosis and that he will be visiting them soon to claim what is his. And then pretty much throw them away.
And when you throw them away, they get up and they run into the forest. Scared.
He stands up and dusts his big old chunky hands and puts his little signet away and starts walking back to camp. It would only take him about, 20 minutes?
Yeah, like that.
Marco's just sitting he's sitting cross-legged by the fire is down, but there's probably still a few embers in that burning, right?
Right.
Masochist. Masochist.
Masochist.
I heard Marcosis, and I'm like,
I did, sorry.
When he started with Marco, I'm like, oh god, what did he do?
Don't even know it's Marco now.
Sorry, we get a lot of self-sending names sometimes.
So yeah, Marco's not gonna go back to sleep at this point, at least not yet. He's just sitting cross-legged by the fire, or the embers, I guess, just channeling radiant into one claw and necrotic into the other claw, and just basically meditating.
To which Grimbolt just watches as he walks past him and up into the back of the caravan.
I'll be waking you up in about 2.5 hours for your turn.
3 hours, gotcha.
Okay.
And like that, the Minotaur throws himself onto his luxurious bed with only the finest of silks and down to keep him nice and wrapped up in comfort as he snoozes himself back into sleep.
I'm surprised he didn't sneak a waffle.
I am very curious just how much he stole from that castle room.
I'm curious how big his lab actually is.
Be curious all you want. You guys will not be in.
We'll find out someday.
Okay. Alright, so Jane's watch comes to a close. Nothing else happens.
That's good. So after, 3 hours, Jane goes and bangs on Grimbolt's door.
Well, we still have to roll for my watch, technically.
Isn't that how you saw them in the first place?
I was taking over for his watch. It hadn't even gotten to mine yet.
And I said I was taking
This happened
your
during
watch
watch 2. I was just pointing out whoever does it, we haven't actually rolled for third watch.
Oh. Do you want me to roll for third watch?
Yes.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah, you're looking around. Pretty peaceful.
Yeah, well, I rolled a 15. It's plus 8 to that.
Yeah, I imagine. So, yeah, you're looking around, like, you don't see anything else happening. Very peaceful.
All right. Well, nice, peaceful watch, and then I go wake Grimbolt up. Well, I go knock on his door.
And it opens, and you can see him without his hood on and everything.
Your turn.
Okay. Give me a sec. The door closes, and about 10 seconds later it opens again, with him putting the last of his robe back on.
What do I see past him?
No, make a perception check.
14, so...
Considering he only really cracked it the first time, and you don't really get to see too much, you probably would have only seen on the left-hand side a wooden barrow and some alchemical equipment, but nothing too spectacular.
About how big could I judge the rough estimate of that side of the room? I just want to know how big it is. Like, I don't really care what's in there.
Due to the fact that he was in front of your view most of the time for it, I doubt you would have seen the extent of it.
Well. Anyways. Oh. So it's your turn and you're ready. I'm taking a nap now.
It's kind of weird that you're standing outside the front of my door for 10 seconds there, but anyway.
That roll was for me personally.
Sure it was. Well then, I shall assume my watch next to the campfire. Or at least what's left of it. Or if it's nothing, just sit there in the darkness.
Yeah, pretty much in the darkness is the point.
Yay.
Yeah, roll for perception.
7.
You are too focused on trying to figure out what else you could do in your lab.
Pretty much.
But nothing else happens that you know of for the rest of your watch.
So, I never went back to sleep. So, Is that a point of exhaustion?
Did you get your 8 hours?
No, I got like an hour. I got like 2.5 hours.
Nope, that's a point of exhaustion.
Alright, so I'm just sitting at here next to the campfire with Marco sitting there humming.
Pretty much, yep. Eyes closed, basically humming to myself. Meditating.
What a strange creature. So that's why I couldn't think about doing anything else, because you're just sitting there humming and shining and meditating and really
glowing slightly with 2 different colors.
Yeah. Radiant out of one claw, necrotic out of the other.
Well, I guess that's really much it. So as the sun starts getting up, I'm going to start putting some fire on the place that we've set up for the fire. I can do the speech thing and get it ready for when everyone gets up and decides to put on the fire for breakfast. I don't know what he's going to do. That's just a bit of it. And then as it gets around to the end of my watch, and as it looks like the sun is coming over the trees, did Jane get back up on the roof?
He did.
Excellent. I'm going to put both my hands against the side of the cart and give it a good old hard shove.
What? What?
And hopefully that shakes Galen enough inside.
I guess.
Hopefully.
Earthquake!
Well, you know what, Grimble? Do a strength check.
Excellent.
Let's see how much you rattled this. That's a save, not a check.
Oh, whoops.
You could do like athletics or something. That's fine. 15. Yeah, you could rattle this cart a little bit.
A good solid shake.
Oh. I rolled a natural 20 to not fall off the roof.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess a natural 20 of the night.
All right, so you guys all wake up.
Oh, I tap Marco with my foot.
Yeah, what's up? And he kind of squints as the sunlight hits him.
Yeah, that.
Crap.
I didn't want to break you out of your trance. I see meditation seems to be going awry.
Yeah. Meditation, suppression, whatever you want to call it.
The suppression is just suppressing your powers, let them grow.
More along the lines of reeling myself back to normal.
What is normal?
Good question. And he kind of gets up and goes off to get food.
Right. Galen starts gathering whatever as well. I guess picking up. He doesn't have to pick up his bedroll. It's inside, so I guess he put it on top of the bed. So he picks that up and starts packing up all of his things. Yeah.
Just fold it up nicely.
Yeah.
Gotta make your bed. Sure. And Jane will just roll up his bedroll and tie it to the roof rack. So it doesn't. Huh? The roof rack.
Roof rack.
Yeah.
Roof rack.
Roof rack.
That's the
Right,
one thing
Fraggy.
that's not included in the picture of the carriage.
Yeah.
It has a rack up there, even though it's not on the picture.
Well, it shows the flat part of it on the roof.
Okay. So you guys pack up your stuff and head on to the road? Are you eating? What are you doing?
Marco pretty much just ate some dried meat and then headed inside and passed out on the floor.
Okay.
Means it is up to somebody else to drive. And brought the food barrel back in too.
Well, I think he's gonna sleep the day away.
Galen's still inside. He's been like talking with the pseudo dragon. Oh, someone's gonna have to let him know.
As far as I know, he just went in the carriage and hasn't come out yet.
Well, are you talking about Galen or are you talking about Marco?
Marco, but Galen was already in the carriage, and
you would have
went
noticed because Marco fell over when he fell asleep.
Oh,
the cart would have moved slightly.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I did not catch the mute button in time.
I didn't hear a sneeze.
Oh, good.
Well, so the camp's all packed up.
Looks like it, I guess.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna guess you're on your way.
I just gotta figure out who's steering.
Can I even get over Marco's body to get out of the cart? The inside.
Well, I mean, it's a shell. You could walk over it.
You can just walk on the shell.
You're not gonna break the shell by walking on it. The only one who could possibly do that would be Grimbolt.
I guess I walk over. I go outside. All right.
That's only if he's trying to break it.
Get this show on the road, I suppose.
I should start carving little messages into his shell with my claws when he's asleep.
Again, would you be able to take the reins?
I can try. No guarantees, but we shall try.
Appreciated.
Indeed. Hops up, crawls up the side, hops on the reins, and yeah.
Oh, fear driving?
Looks like it.
Make an animal handling check.
I don't know how to do that. Where is that? Right here. Boop.
Please don't be terrible.
All right.
15.
All right. He just
That's passable.
slaps the reins and you just keep going. And you go into the road and I guess you keep on going. So for time purposes, so we don't have to do every single night, do you guys want to fast travel?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably a good idea. Or it's gonna
Otherwise,
be
we're gonna be on like
sessions of travel, sleep, travel, sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right.
Basically, what just happened on rinse repeat, unless something happens or we reach an important point.
I'm branding a lot of teens on that route then. You should say it's a rinse repeat.
Suddenly there's wanted posters in every town we pass for some mysterious brandings.
I need Galen to make 5 D100 checks.
Hell. What's the easiest way to do this? /roll what? /roll
5 D100.
All right. 5 D100s. Let's see if this works.
It'll total it, but it'll still give individual numbers too.
That's a great 5. It just rolled 5. I think you have to put the 5 and the D together.
Oh.
Yes, it has to be all one word.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You can also just go up to the left and click on 5 D100s.
Wow, he rolled a 100 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The last one though.
Yeah, last one. I gotta roll 1 D10.
Technically, it did roll a D10 already. It rolls both a 100 side, D100 and a D10 when he does it in roll 20.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do I need to roll? Sorry, that was a lot of numbers at once.
You need
Your
to roll a
last
D10.
night, you were under 10.
So I need to but he told me to roll something again.
D10.
All right. A 9.
Ooh.
A 9.
Not the best possible outcome.
That's not bad. Okay.
Now I wonder if we're gonna have to roll an encounter or anything.
Okay. I already rolled your encounters.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. So, that being said, you finally reach a very large wall, stone wall, similar to the same architecture that you've seen about a week ago.
Galen, did we get around to the circle?
I don't think so, unless this road loops around.
Same materials, just different wall, and shorter, a lot shorter.
Did we grow?
I don't remember drinking anything mysterious.
Either.
So At this point, who's where on the carriage? Or are we all outside the carriage?
Well, Jane has pretty much made the roof of the carriage his customary sleeping spot unless it's raining.
So I'm assuming, being Grimbolt's talking, he's probably on that front bench with Galen.
Having a bit of a break from it, yes.
Okay. Marco's probably inside the carriage then, so he's not seeing any of this.
I think you would usually be driving.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to drive every day or I'll get exhausted.
You're exhausted. Boom. But yes, this wall, you said it was small and short and it's in front of us. Any other descriptions that we can run on, or are we just going to smack into this wall?
Are we going around it? Continuing?
All right, so continuing up through, slightly on a hill, you finally reach up to a very large skate structure that what's the correct way? Protrudes? Yeah, there we go. Protrudes. There we go. I am losing my mind here.
English
out from
much?
the wall. No. Protrudes out from the wall maybe about 50 feet. And it kind of creates a tunnel. And you see there's guards outside and small little like buildings that also protrude from that long tunnel.
So it's a gatehouse with inbuilt arrow port kind of things.
And there's a guard waving on for the each cart to come up, and there's a small line going into the tunnel.
I thought this was just an oversized village.
Nope. What you are looking at is a wall separating the border between Anise and Kegvarum.
Ah, we made it to the border.
Quick question. This is 5 days later, so I'm assuming my exhaustion's been cured.
Yes.
Or
And I swear there aren't, like 50 little messages carved into the back of your shell that you can't see.
You notice how many times he snapped so far, right?
Yeah, but you can't actually look at the back of your shell, can you?
Yeah, you may want to roll stealth checks when you're doing those. In case
wait
you
until
wake
you're
me up and I
asleep.
catch you.
Well, I mean, it's not
Doesn't
attack.
mean you don't trip and stab me with a knife by accident.
I'm not using a knife. I'm just using the tip of a claw. It's not an attack.
Semantics aside.
Okay. So, what do you do, Galen, since you are holding the reins?
How far away are we from it?
You're probably about 100 feet away.
And we're in like a line? Is it a busy road?
So, you're not in the line yet, but there's a lot of people just lining up with their carts and their horses, forming a line.
All right. They pull right up.
All right, pull right up. And you keep going, and a couple more minutes, you move up slightly more, and eventually you reach to the very entrance of this tunnel, and the guard says, "What's your purpose for traveling?"
Heading west for trade. Coming from coming is it Anand? Yeah, coming from Anand.
Oh. Do you have your trading papers?
We actually don't have any goods at the moment. We're looking to buy things, really. We are
looking to buy things, all right?
Didn't the queen give you papers?
That's for a trade port type thing. But, I mean, we can show you this too, if this would show any legitimacy to our claims here. We're happy to be the group who saved Anand. Pulls out
We are the heroes of Anon.
Yep. bear arms, and he pulls out the medal given by the queen, and shows it to the. Right there, given to us directly from the queen.
He looks at it, looks at you, looks at it again. All right, make sure you show the guards when you go in.
Will do.
And he kind of like says, "Move along." It's like waves his hand.
Yep. Just continue along, or get back the medal, of course, and continue along.
Yep. And
you
then
guys really need to use your titles better.
Oh, Sir Gallon. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Good reminder.
So you guys are directed, and then eventually you are pulled into this slight little like offset because you have a carriage, and there's a guard that stands and starts waving you to go right.
Guess we're going right.
And there's a inspection line, and you see there's like, you stop and there's a guard that walks over and he says, "All right, let me investigate."
Investigate? We're the heroes that saved your country. Why should we need to be investigated?
It's we investigate, or Aeneas investigates.
What?
Huh?
Basically, he's saying if they don't investigate, then the other side, Aeneas, will.
Oh.
We were told at the front gate to show you
better
these.
to have friends,
Yeah, we were told at the front gate to show you these. We are, I'm sorry, I did not. I'm Sir Gallon O'Laren, and this is basically the heroes of Anand. We just defeated the Orc army back that way. Here are the medals provided by the Queen herself to show our legitimacy.
It's the story getting bigger and bigger each time.
It pretty much is. Oh, cool medal. All right. And then this cart's ready for inspection. And you see there's 4 guards that come over, and they have some lanterns, and they're holding up, like looking below the cart, looking on the side, and opens up the back. Kind of looks in a little bit, doesn't see anything, closes up the back. One of them,
a giant turtle.
Besides the giant turtle, just flattened on the ground.
He's tired as hell.
And the door frame behind him.
The door frame is not up when I'm out of it.
And one of them climbs to the top and looks at the barrels and just examines them. These are the barrels with the corks, right? Those are the ones.
Yeah, for water.
Yeah, there's 6 barrels up there right now. There's 2 barrels with ale and 4 barrels with water. So they uncork a couple of them, just smelling it, like, all right, we cork them. We're good here. And so the dwarves get off the cart, and one of the dwarves just says, "Go around the cart that's in front of you." And the cart in front of you is literally like, there's some gnomes arrested, and they're pulling out crates from the back of the cart.
Is there anything good in the crates?
Contraband weapons.
I would like to heavily laugh at the gnomes as we walk by.
Okay. So you're allowed to go through, and then you go around the gnomes, and then you go back into the tunnel, and you keep going through. And you notice this tunnel has torches every 10 feet showing you the way, and you eventually see at the end of the tunnel a light from the morning sun, and you have entered past the wall that was built and the tunnel, and you reach into a land of Aeneas.
If it wasn't for that wall, I wouldn't feel any different. It feels like we just went into an entirely new chapter.
Yeah. So, on to the city of Achu.
Oh my god.
You mean a sneeze?
I thought nines.
But it's a sneeze. A father of a
Sneeze? A sneeze?
Father of Achu.
Bless you.
But I think the entering of Anise is a good stopping point.
We've all reached level 6, yay!
No, not even close.
We're now level 17.
If anything, I should demote you.
We've literally shot.
Why?
We've
Why
literally-
should I be demoted for returning a child to his parents?
We've only literally, like, we've done some shopping, and Marco body checked a teenager. That's it. That's all we've really done.
Jane avoided combat and did a good deed.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, Masochist definitely is looking forward to having 2 teenagers under his belt again.
Hey, I healed his shoulder after I broke it.
My gosh.
After you broke him and brought him down to what? Probably like 1 or 2 hit points?
Oh, he had
Like
more
a
than that.
fingernails from death?
He had more than that until the necrotic set in.
You know, he just dissolved half of his body.
What a good session.
It was fun. Wonderful.
Yeah, that was a good session.
I am really like trying to figure out where I'm going with Marco because all its little thing is twisting how I play him.
What? The little tiny bug that still lives in you?
Hey, the others don't know about that.
Yeah.
They out of game. They pretty much figured out something's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, out of game, I know exactly what's wrong with him.
Well, even in game, it's becoming very obvious.
Really? I would never have guessed.
I mean,
Considering I almost popped a kid's head off tonight.
Yeah. Like, that's not even something I've considered doing yet. And I'm supposedly the one in line with goddamn demons.
right?
Technically, I am too. Technically.
Oh, when is Glare coming back? That's what I'm curious about here.
I'll leave that up to you if you want to use him as, like, a demon hunter kind of figure later on.
Demon
Oh, God.
Hunter? I thought he hated demons.
That's why he's hunting them.
Why wouldn't a demon hunter hate demons?
But the thing is, but you're helping a devil, so I'm so confused now.
No, the party itself is helping.
Party
the devil,
is, not
but he
going there.
doesn't have to know that.
No, but Masochist is a devil, not a demon.
Devils, underworld figures.
Okay, underworld figures. Okay, that makes sense then.
You know, creatures of the 9 hells.
Yeah, because I have to because I had to read up all about the devils and the demons that apparently they're at war with each other and completely different.
Oh my god, you're so pedantic about it. Demons, devils, pit fiends, daemons, succubuses, succubi, like, get out the goddamn handbook on that one.
I think
If it comes from there, he'll probably hate them.
so. My understanding, if I got this right, is we're working for a devil, or we haven't, or at least Galen has an agreement with one to hunt down a demon. Right?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
To hunt down Khazar.
Khazar is a demon.
All I knew was it was a really large folk.
Yeah, no, he's a demon.
Masochist is a devil.
Masochist is a devil.
So the devil's trying to kill the demon.
The devils are higher up than the demons, right?
Correct.
Technically in the underworld,
As a
yes,
general rule.
but they are always at war with each other. Like the devils, they kid around with each level, but the
Devils are
demons-
fewer but stronger, basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the devils are way stronger than the
Yeah.
demons are more like by
They're
numbers.
less of them, but they're a lot stronger.
Yep.
I always kind of thought it was more like a hierarchy thing. So if like
It is.
the devil is killed by a demon, then the demon.
Oh, it's definitely a hierarchy thing that I'm having to learn.
So in the hierarchy of devils, there is a range of them. Like you.
Oh, it's a whole big nightmare.
You actually transform into the next form. It's kind of
Lesser
weird.
devils, greater devils,
Yeah.
middle devils.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
know this whole
Devil plus one.
commanding me thing, Caden? that whole commanding me thing falls into this stupid demon devil hierarchy thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm constantly like asking Holland like where in the scale does these guys fit in as orders conflict with each other. It's really annoying.
Pretty much.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna end the Stormstrand. That was fun.